everybody. My name is ASDFBATMAN, and now you are being welcomed to ASDFBATMAN's Working Title Podcast. All right, today I have in the studio, not an actual studio, but a Zoom studio, BC Reviews. What's your full name? What would you say your full name was?
I think I just go by the BC right now. That's it.
Let's just go with the BC. One of the best film reviewers I've ever seen, one of my favorite people on earth right now, and just a great guy in general. He's a decent guy. He's a guy, guys. Let's go. BC, what do you have to say besides that introduction?
God damn it. That's all I have to say is fucking god damn it.
There you go, dude. There you go. All right. This is our very first guest episode. I'm really glad to have the BC on here. Today we're going to talk about Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. I don't know if it's your favorite film of 2020.
Oh yeah, it is my favorite film of 2020.
It was our favorite film of 2020. I had watched it like early. I wish I got to see it at a festival or something, but anyway, it was a amazing film, absolutely amazing. It was released in 2020 with the plot synopsis being pulled up as I speak. BC, distract me real quick.
Abortion is okay.
Absolutely all right. Absolutely all right. The synopsis goes as this. Faced with an unintended pregnancy and lack of local support, Autumn and her cousin Skylar travel across state lines to New York City on a fraught journey of friendship, bravery, and compassion. And let me tell you, that is an amazing description. Yeah, it keeps it absolutely as vague as possible because it is a film that definitely requires you to go in as blind as possible. In my opinion, I think you should do that with every film. But
yeah,
I absolutely adored it. I heard about it when it started raving, when it got rave reviews at the festivals, when they did the festival run, and then eventually it got to theaters near me, which was very surprising considering I'm in Tennessee. I was very surprised. Got to watch it. Absolutely I was swept up in it. I may or may not have cried, and yeah, it's just one of those really emotionally affecting films. Just absolutely. I cannot believe this is a directorial debut. I couldn't believe that.
It's crazy. Who I'm blanking on the name. Who directed it?
I believe Sid. Nope, that's the actress.
That's the actress, Sydney Flanagan.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're sorry. We're very unprepared.
Unprofessional.
We are so sorry. Hold on.
Whatever.
I remember. I used to try to commit her name to memory. Oh my goodness, I feel so awful right now.
I remember so many names, and then sometimes one or two just fall down the cracks. You know.
Yep. Eliza Hittman.
Yeah. Now, yeah, I remember reading her name multiple times, trying to remember it.
And it turns out this is not her first film. Her first film was It Felt Like Love, which cannot believe I forgot about till just now.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I have seen it. Yes.
Okay. Wow. ASDF, such a fucking bad memory, bro.
Fuck you. I've seen 7,000 films. You think I can name them off by memory?
Try, bitch. No, I'm joking.
Fuck you. But yeah, It Felt Like Love was it's I'll give you this. It's just this. I'll just give you this sentence. A gauzy summer in South Brooklyn. That is all I'm gonna say.
Oh shit.
It is. It's genuinely really great, really awesome. I still need to watch Beach Rats, another the second film in her filmography, and Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always is a film that is her latest film to date. And,
yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
I'm just gonna say you saw it in theaters. I hadn't heard about it until probably the day before I watched it, because I watched it basically at the tail end of 2020. Where I was like, what movies have I not watched in 2020 that I really want to watch just right now? And I saw that one, and I was like, holy shit, I want to watch this, right? And I ended up watching it on my phone. You watch it in theater. I watch it on my phone.
Wins.
And honestly, and I'm sure you had a great theatrical experience, but something about,
there was no one there, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that would have been amazing, but I'm just saying, like, sitting in my bed with completely home alone, no one around, just having my phone right in front of me with my earbuds in, it was such an intimate experience with the film. I'm sure you also felt that intimate experience in the theater, but I don't know, something about just having my phone right close up to my eyes and having the earbuds in, and just because it's like a documentary in a way. Like, it's so personal and intimate, and it's just like, if I wouldn't I wouldn't have been surprised if there was just like a very old British man narrating this film.
David Attenborough, yeah.
Yeah, David. Yeah, exactly, from Jurassic Park. Yeah.
But yeah,
Isn't it Richard Attenborough or is it David?
it's Richard. My bad, not David.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why I thought David.
Geez, ASDF. What the fuck is wrong with you?
But yeah, like we said, it's our favorite film of 2020.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal film. Let's talk about the cinematography, for instance, because this is not a flashy film at all. I'm very sure the whole film is essentially handheld, but like there's like some parts where it's way more, where it's smooth and such, but I do think that the handheld really, like when you pointed out that it was like a documentary, abso-fucking-lutely. I absolutely agree. Like, and the handheld really helped with that. And
oh yeah.
I genuinely thought I was like, and the cinematography, the lighting, like the film is not exactly the brightest. It's not like it's not like the brightest shining star to help fill you with happiness and such. It's not.
No, it's fucking depressing.
We're not spoiling it. We're not gonna spoil it. Trust us. We are not gonna spoil it. But the cinematography really helps lend itself to how the subject matter and the situations and everything. The whole film really lends itself to the concept of abortion and how it is not widely accepted as it should be. And it really lends itself completely to that. And that is why I love Eliza Hittman so much. That is why. Because there are these very real topics that she covers, not just in this, but in how did I forget the name? Oh my gosh, I feel
something
awful.
about love. I forgot it too.
It felt like love. And it felt like love. Obviously, teen love. Very much just, my gosh. I love Eliza Hittman with all my being. Apparently, she went to Indiana University in 2001, and then she went to Cal Arts.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she went to Cal Arts, and then it premiered, never, rarely, sometimes, always premiered at Sundance. It won the Special Jury Award for Neorealism, and it was also selected to compete for the Golden Bear in the main competition section at the 70th Berlin International Film Festival, and won Silver Bear Grand Jury Prize, the second most prestigious award at the festival.
Oh wow.
And talking about awards, I am fucking angry this got completely ignored by the Oscars. I was so upset. I knew it was gonna happen, but I was upset.
Here's the thing. Who the fuck watches the Oscars anymore? Right? What is
I watch it.
Oh, you do? You do?
Well, not this past one. I couldn't because of the YouTube TV thing that didn't work out, and my dish. Now we don't have the channel to watch it on, like ABC. We don't have it anymore. I have no idea how that happened.
Oh yeah, my grandma has Dish, and I think it was one of the main three, like,
yeah, it's one
NBS or ABC, just like completely stopped fucking like showing up on her guide.
That's probably because my parents signed up for the Dish plan that what is it? It only keeps what you watch constantly. They probably just got rid of ABC because it's cheaper, which I absolutely understand. They still use cable TV. I have not seen cable TV since the last LDS General Conference, which is something my religion watches twice every year. It sucks. I hate it.
Hmm.
And what else? We only watch it then, and that's why we keep the channel. I was so
Hmm.
upset. You guys were talking about it live as you guys were watching it, and I was
I
like,
wasn't.
"Oh, yeah, you weren't. You were not." What were you wanting to? What were you trying to do during that? Because we had the movie night awards too that night. I remember
To be completely honest, I don't really remember.
that. We
I
both
was
have fond
probably
memories.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. What do I normally want to do? Watch movies, play video games. Probably one of those two things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Yeah, I love this film. It is shot incredibly intimately. It just feels like a journey, I guess, but not in like we got to go to Middle Earth and throw the ring into the volcano, that kind of thing. It's a very realistic, intimate journey. You just spend this. It's not a very long movie from what
No,
I remember.
it's
It's under 2 hours, right?
yeah, it's 101 minutes. It's not very
Yeah.
long at all. It's not very long.
So it's just you spend this 100 minutes of your life kind of living somebody else's life in a way. You just feel so put into this film. And again, it's not like a big fantasy world to get lost into. It's just real life almost. It is a
Yeah,
fictional story, but it feels real. And you just get lost in it. You just get so absorbed.
absolutely. That's sort of one thing why I like to like. I when I hear praise for this movie, I hear constantly you're like a fly in the wall. Like you are in that room.
Exactly.
You are in there with her, and that describes it completely. Absolutely,
Hmm. I
absolutely.
should have used that term. I wasn't thinking of expressions to use, but yeah, fly on the wall is a good one.
Yeah. Like the camera being used. You are there. You are there. And yeah, it was on HBO Max for a while actually.
Yeah,
When I first got it, which was all the way back when Godzilla versus Kong was still having its 30-day thing, like all the way back in
hmm.
March, I think. I think it was March. It was around there.
I got it right before, like a week before Zack Snyder's Justice League release, so I also got it in March.
Yeah. What was it? It was on there, and then it left at the end of that month. I watched it twice then, and my 5 out of 5 rating still stands. I fucking love that movie. I'm so angry it didn't get nominated for Best Picture. You have no idea
Yeah,
how upset I
Oscars
am.
Oscars are a fucking joke, and they have been for the last however many fucking years. I've never seen a good Oscars, to be honest with you.
Mm, I hear that, but I'm way I don't hate them as much. We're gonna have to have an Oscars talk.
Ha!
You have
Yes,
to have an
we
Oscars
are.
talk. We're gonna have to. It's not today, but I'll
Put
just
put the put in the episode title, never really, sometimes, always, and then in parentheses, and also kind of the Oscars.
kind of the Oscars. Yeah, but what was it? Yeah, I
Fucking
just
snub, bro.
I got snubbed real hard. And what are all the categories I think it should have been nominated in? I think it should have been nominated for Best
All of
Picture.
them.
Yeah, Best Picture, honestly. Best Picture,
Director,
Best Director, Best
lead
Cinematography,
actress.
Best Lead Actress, Best Supporting Actress. I really Skylar was awesome in this. I loved
Her
her.
cousin, her cousin,
Her cousin.
or yeah, she was great too.
I loved her. And Best Original Screenplay. It's one of my like I love it. I absolutely adore it. And
Hmm.
what else was there? I'm not there wasn't much of a score, was there? There's not one I can remember.
Not anything
Like
crazy. There may have been
nothing I
some
remember.
soft
Yeah, there may have been
music here and there.
some softer a softer theme for sure, probably. But man, I don't remember there being that
To be
many.
honest, I've seen it one time, and
I
I
think
don't know if I ever want to watch it again. It's one of those movies that I experienced it and I loved it, and it's a 10 out of fucking 10, and I love every single thing about it. But I just I feel like it should be left alone. You know, it's like I'm not thinking of any analogies right now, but it's just like you experienced it and it was so intimate, and I don't know if I'll get that same feeling again, so I'm hesitant to watch it again.
I say the first time, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I do think there's some truth into that. There's nothing as close like as the first time you watch this, but I when I watched it the other two times, I just couldn't help but appreciate it so much more, man. I just couldn't
Hmm.
help that. But yeah, just those categories, I think it should have been nominated. Really, really sad. Didn't even get nominated. But hey, that's just the Oscars, I guess. I don't know. I don't
I mean,
know.
what the fuck else came out in 2020 that was I get I haven't seen Minari, but I heard it was really good and I
Minati,
do want to watch it.
Minati is awesome. It's genuinely
Yeah.
fucking amazing. Actually,
Nomadland, I haven't seen it either.
I thought you no Faceless did. That's right. That's right. Faceless. Yeah, that's right.
Empty Man, according to Faceless. I didn't
Hold
see
on,
that one either.
hold on. Let me pull up the list right here. I actually have the list for Best Picture and all the I remember them all. Some of them all they just what is it? They were either nominated for nearly every category or they were close to it. Hold up,
Hmm.
let me find it real quick. 2021's Best Picture ranked. I already have one. There's a Minati. There's Sound of Metal. There's The Father. There's Judas and the Black Messiah. There's Nomadland. There's Promising a Woman. There's Trial of Chicago 7, and there's Mank. And all of these, I remember these getting a lot of nominations. The only one I can think of that didn't really have that much is either Chicago 7 or Mank. Because Mank, the only one I remember for those are Sound. I believe it was nominated for Sound. If it wasn't, please correct me.
Didn't Mank get a screenplay credit or award or nomination?
Probably did because it's Hollywood.
Yeah.
Old Hollywood. Cinematography. It probably got nominated for that.
Yeah.
It looks pretty darn great. Actually, this might be a hot take, but I think it's Fincher's best looking film. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
The movie itself I thought was fine. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. I mean, like, I love how it looks. Like, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I don't.
I gave it 3. I gave it 3 stars also. We have the exact same rating for Monk or Mank, whatever.
Monk.
I always wanted it to sound like Monk, but it's Mank.
Yeah.
Mankowitz. Yeah.
And best lead actor, best supporting actress, which I do think that she had in the bag. Although I am not mad at who won best supporting actress, which was oh my gosh, I cannot pronounce that. Probably Yun Yo Jung, the grandma from Minari, and she absolutely deserved it. Absolutely, she was fucking amazing.
Nice. Yeah, I need to do a little more 2020 catch up soon.
Yeah. But did all that best picture also. It probably got nominated. Yeah, best director. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad Sound of Metal was recognized because that movie was also very fucking good. It's similar to Never Really Sometimes in some ways, although it does feel a little more fake just because I had no idea who the fuck Sidney Flanagan was before watching NRSA, but I knew who Riz Ahmed was and I knew who Olivia Cook was. So it took me out of the movie just a tiny bit, knowing the actors for Sound of Metal.
That's sort of one of my favorite things about Never Really Sometimes Always is Eliza Hittman. She found a singer, Sidney Flanagan, and she just went, I want you to star in my movie. I want you to be me. And Sidney Flanagan she never acted before. If that's wrong, for any listener who knows, please let me know. I'd love to be proven wrong because hot damn was she fucking awesome in this. She was
Oh, fantastic.
And there was one scene, we're not gonna say what it is, we're not gonna spoil it. There's one scene where I just thought no, not that one.
Oh, it's not that one?
No. I'm glad you guys aren't seeing the Zoom right now. I'm glad you got because I was looking at it. I was like, Jesus, dude, not that one. No, the we're not gonna say what it is, but if you guys do watch it, there is one scene where where Eliza and Sydney work together so well that I genuinely thought I was watching someone real. Like this, like BC said, documentary. Like you were in there, like the fly in the wall. That was a moment that really proved it to me. Like this film is very special, and we must have more films like this. Not just talking about abortion, but something that is this intimate, this close, this this film is very well thought out. If you ask me, I've heard some people say that seems to meander around, and I don't think so. I definitely, it's simple, but it's breathtakingly and smartly simple. How there are it's a journey. There is more than one thing
Exactly.
that happens. There's more than one thing that happens, but it is nothing too complicated to think about. I'm not going to say this film is relatively simple because the first time I watched it was a really hard watch, but I absolutely adored it. It's not a simple watch, but it is definitely not a complicated film. Absolutely not. And the beauty in it is its simplicity. I don't think calling a film simple, depending on the context, is bad.
No, it's not. Like thriller, let's say thrillers. I prefer a lean, tight 90-minute thriller compared to a 3-hour, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, some movies are perfectly amazing being super long and drawn out and expanded. But there are some movies that you're just like 90 minutes, perfect, just tight, taut, all of the words to describe that.
Absolutely. Depending on the story, a really good runtime can make or break. A runtime can really make or break a film. I definitely do not think this film overstayed its welcome. In fact, I really missed it when it was gone. I was like, no.
I think it was honestly the perfect amount of time because you spend, close to 2 hours.
Yeah, closer
to
it. Yeah, close. Yeah.
Close to 2 hours in it. And I think that was pretty perfect. It doesn't draw out anything that doesn't need to be drawn out. Again, I kind of see where some of those complaints about meandering are, although I didn't feel like it was meandering until after I watched it. It was like when I'm in the movie, it doesn't feel meandering at all. But then afterwards, I'm like, could 5 minutes could have been cut out? Maybe, but it's so good in the moment that you are not really thinking about it.
Yeah.
So
I hear that. I like, even as when we're talking about it now, I see what people mean, but I didn't think it was meandering. I still don't think it is. I think it's just everything that happens on the journey happens not for a reason, because this film is definitely it just happens, and I was along the ride for it. Although I understand the complaints, I absolutely understand. But yeah, other than that, what else I want to talk about? We already talked partly about the performances. Sydney Flanagan is genuinely, oh my goodness. I didn't even know who she was. I never knew who she was.
She has to be a goddamn star.
Yeah.
Like she has to be after this.
Yeah.
I
hope so. I hope she gets into more acting. I really hope so. Because she's really great.
Yeah, I know, big budget movies have this thing where they just take these indie actors and directors and throw them into the limelight and possibly make their careers less about acting and more about being in franchises or whatever. Sure. But yeah. I will say, if they reboot Teen Titans again, but slightly older Teen Titans, mid-20s Titans, I would really love Sydney Flanagan to play Raven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think she'd be great as that.
Yeah.
I think she'd be a great Raven in Teen Titans.
But yeah, most of the praise does go to Sydney Flanagan, but not all of it should go to her. I think Talia Ryder, the actress for Skylar, her cousin. Yeah. Absolutely. I think she was pretty freaking great.
She's fantastic too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And who's the guy they met up with?
Theodore Penerin. It's a French name. It's a French person. He was in Boy Erased. Absolutely phenomenal in that. Have you seen Boy Erased, BC?
I'm trying to think. Does it have Lucas Hedges?
Lucas.
I could.
Just hold up. Yep, that's right. And Nicole Kidman, Russell Crowe,
Yeah.
Joel Edgerton. Yeah, yeah.
I've seen the trailer for it. I haven't seen the full film yet.
I recommend you watch it. It's
Mm.
really good. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I see why people give it 5 though. I absolutely see why. But anyway, Theodore or Theodore. I'm very because
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Probably.
Probably.
He has an accent mark, and I'm just thinking,
Mm.
I think Theodore.
Yeah, probably Theodore.
But yeah, he was pretty good. We're not gonna say who he was. Legit, like we're only gonna give what the bio says. We're only gonna give what the bio says. I have not seen a trailer for this movie. I had never seen.
I have not either.
I like never seen a trailer. Even to this day I haven't seen the trailer. I'm just thinking about
Me, yeah, same. I haven't watched it. I mean, there's no point after watching the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, but like for example, for this episode, I knew I wanted to watch the trailer for the movie just to see what we could spoil, just in case anyone had seen the trailer, or if we tell them, yo, go see the trailer, since if it doesn't spoil too much. I don't have that. I don't have that information. But yeah, the acting department was very full of really great performances. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And the look of the film is absolutely awesome. Eliza Hittman, you are a gift from God himself. I'm really excited to check out. I'm really excited to check out her other film.
I need to check out her other films. Yeah.
Need to check those out. And apparently, I'm Barry Jenkins of
Moonlight fame.
Moonlight fame. I have no idea why I didn't think Moonlight. I was thinking about the Beale Street one. Beale Street.
Oh, Beale Street Guitar. Yeah.
That's it's a Beale Street. Yeah. Barry Jenkins produced this, and
nice.
Yeah, like I think that's genuinely awesome, and yeah, I think that sort of covers it. Since we don't want to spoil anything, all we have to say, I'm very sure BC will agree with me here, that this film, that we give a wholehearted recommendation for anyone who is curious about the film, anyone who doesn't know what it is and who's listening to this, or you have someone who's on the fence of the issue of abortion, who might be on the fence. You show them this film. Yeah, I think this film is genuinely great.
Mm-hmm. It's a great, honestly, I don't know what the fuck is up with the education system and being so scared to show kids anything that is slightly R-rated or whatever, because this film should be used as a learning for high schoolers. I think high schoolers should be shown this film.
Absolutely. I also think that sex ed should be helped, but it's not. But there's nowhere in the world where sex ed's actually that great.
Yeah.
So we gotta work on that too.
I mean, I'm not saying it's like a documentary about abortion.
Yeah, it's not a documentary at all. It just feels that way.
It feels like a documentary, and you feel so intimate and attached to what's going on, and it does really show you how, I'm trying to word this so it doesn't sound weird or anything, but like what someone can go through at this younger stage in their life. They make this mistake, and there have been movies about this before. Juno's probably the most popular one, but Juno's just kind of more of a comedy. This is really the first time that I've seen this portrayed on screen in a way that just made me feel so, it just felt so raw and real.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. I do love watching some of these kinds of films where it's just teens. They're in very scary situations, and they're teens. They're in very. It's like, I'm not saying that everything should be followed, because there's a lot of, like for example, everything that happens in this movie, I absolutely agree that this should be shown to teens across the world. Not to follow in its footsteps, but to be way more aware.
Well, there are literally scenes of nurses telling her what could happen and what's going to happen and how they do things, and it's just
Yeah,
like, but it never feels like exposition-y or like meandering. But it also acts as a teaching to girls who may be going through this.
absolutely. Like this is. I'm not gonna say this is fully educational because this is a piece of art.
It's
Like
not, it's
it's
like I said, it's not made for educational purposes, but it can work in that way.
yeah, absolutely. Unless Eliza Hittman made that unless she
Or
said
maybe
that
she
she
did. Maybe she
yeah,
fully intended it to be that way. But like from
absolutely.
when I watched it, I'm like, I don't think it's made for educational purposes, but it is. I think it can be used.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know. If I ever have children, I definitely want them. I definitely want them to watch this. Like
Oh
when
yeah,
they're when they're when they're when they're
a
teenagers.
little older. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm not gonna show them when they're 4.
yeah. No, that'd be a that'd be
They wouldn't know what's going on. They wouldn't know
yeah,
what's going on.
that would be bad.
Yeah, but
But
yeah, that's sort of yeah.
and
That's like
I'm
yeah.
trying to think of one more thing. This came out. Didn't Unpregnant come out the exact same year as this 2020,
No,
or was it 2019?
let me think. Let me think. Oh my gosh, hold up. I think I can get this to you. Crap, I had to look now. I'm very sure it came out in 2021.
Unpregnant?
Yeah, I'm very sure it came out in 2021. Because
Hmm.
hold up, let me see. I'm gonna check my 2021 ranking real quick. Hold on. BC, entertain them.
Oh, yeah. I was just gonna say I was gonna compare this to Unpregnant because I thought they came out both in 2020, and they both kind of have somewhat similar premises, but the differences. Unpregnant, like Juno, is more just a comedy. And the movie itself is fine. I mean, Unpregnant is a decent movie and whatever, but like it doesn't feel all that real. There's a couple scenes in that movie that do feel pretty real and they're very well handled, but never really sometimes always is just such a real experience. Whereas Unpregnant's got I'm not saying that serious subject matter has to always be dealt with seriously. Some of the best comedy comes from spoofing on serious subject matter. But at the same time, you're watching a movie like Unpregnant and you're just like, can you grow up a little bit? Like there's this whole thing with this Christian family that's literally there's like a car chase with a Christian family who's trying to um
I know exactly what you're
apprehend the
talking about.
girls. It's fucking stupid because I'm like, nobody in their right mind, no matter what their views are on abortion, would literally car chase two teenage girls. It is the fucking dumbest thing. So
I don't know.
yeah,
It seems realistic to me. It seems pretty realistic to me. If my sisters got an abortion, my parents would track them down.
okay,
Let's go
your
for that.
parents, but these girls, their parents aren't around. It's just this random family that they don't know.
Yeah. I hear that. Yeah, I hear you. And you were right. 2020. You were absolutely right. I thought it was. I have no idea what made me think it was 2021. I remember it's an HBO Max release. So I just thought to
Mm-hmm.
myself. So I just thought to myself. I watched it on HBO Max. I watched it this year, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, but you're right. Yeah, it came out in 2020. It is the only reason why you can't compare the two is because they're both getting abortions. Because they both deal with abortion, and there's a
That's
film
why I
this.
was.
Yeah. I absolutely understand. But
Mm-hmm.
there's also a film this year called Plan B. I have not seen it
Ooh,
yet. It's on
ooh,
Hulu. It talks about getting an abortion. A girl, she has sex for the first time, and they find the condom inside her, which means that everything inside the condom is inside, which means she could get pregnant. They want to get a Plan B from the pharmacy store, and they can't get it, so they had to go. They had to go on a journey to either get the Plan B or get an abortion. I don't. I remember watching the trailer. It is completely comedy based.
oh, okay.
Completely a
Again,
comedy.
like I said, serious. subject matters can sometimes lead to great comedy. It's just it's nice to have a film like this where it is so. I'm
It's
not
take
saying like
take
every
it
single
seriously.
scene is super depressing, because there are some scenes that do feel a little like there are moments of levity in RSA,
Absolutely,
but
absolutely.
it deals with it very seriously. Whereas movies like Unpregnant Juno and I guess it's Plan B, which I never even heard about, but I may check it out, are definitely that, again, they still have some serious moments, but they're definitely more comedy based. And so it's nice to have a choice what you want to watch. Do you want to watch a more comedy based one or a very serious one?
And I'll tell you guys right now, Unpregnant. I do agree that that the mature subject matter. I absolutely agree that it can be twist and turn to comedy. Absolutely, I do find that I do find Unpregnant to be definitely the more comedic side of it. It handles it way more comedically, but like there's like a spectrum here with the I haven't seen Plan B. I plan to. Plan. The more comedy side is Plan B. The middle is Unpregnant
And Juno probably in the
and
middle.
yeah, absolutely, and Juno and any other somewhat comedy based films that we could that deal with this subject matter about teen pregnancy that we can fit in there. And then the furthest one I can think of right now off the top of my head is Never Rarely Sometimes Always. I absolutely agree that there is a spectrum. I
Hmm.
love that. I love that for the subject. I love that for this genre of teens just trying to find their way through through everything, through their future. They think about it, everything like that. Like
Hmm.
this is it's very mature. It's very mature. Not just subject matter, but like it's a very mature spectrum of films. All of them deal
Hmm.
with it the same way, but how you can enjoy it in different increments throughout the films. Absolutely, I adore that so much. I love it, and
Probably
yeah, yeah.
uh real quick, just going back to the cinematography portion of the video, what I really love about this film is that it will linger on shots of the main character and sometimes her cousin. It's not always just Sydney Flanagan, but like there are these scenes where it just lingers on her. She's not really talking, she's not really doing much, she's just kind of sitting there, but just her performance, the camera captures so many emotions going on within her, where it's just like, oh, you may think, oh, she's just staring out a window and kind of frowning a little bit, but I see so much more in those scenes, and I'm wondering if you got that same feeling.
That was one other. That was like kind of the last point I wanted to point out with this was this like when we talk about the film, we're talking about how the film is very much. It's not minimalist because you go across the states, you go
Mm-hmm.
across states, you go on a bus, you go in the subway, uh,
Planes,
like
trains, automobiles, John Candy, fucking
abs
shit. No, I love that movie. I'm
yeah.
joking.
But that was sort of the last point I wanted to point out was this is a like I'm not gonna say it's incredibly slow because it is a slow film. It is a slow burn, and it doesn't really have that big climax. Not really. It's not really
Not
that kind
really.
of film. Not that kind of film. But its excellence is in those small moments. I'm really glad you pointed that out, BC, because those are my favorite parts of the film
Oh, same.
when it's
Yeah.
just when it's just the characters. You have like you don't have well you do have to you you don't have to make much of an effort to see in their face what is happening, what they are thinking. You can see it completely in their eyes, their face, and from the situation, all the context clues that you've learned in school or wherever, that those are taken to extreme here, which is why I love the film so much. It's not dialogue driven. It's not that
No, not at all.
when you think
This
like
is this
yeah
is not mumblecore
no
at all.
absolutely not like there are lines absolutely, and there are definitely long conversations, but the majority of it is really just in the acting, and that's why I love it so much.
The
It takes that
facial acting, yeah.
it takes that chance to trust the audience to
Mhm.
to not say what's happening in their heads. It's just the actors, everyone, the cast. It's
I feel like
genuinely
any
perfect.
other movie about this would have her narrate and like it be her thoughts and whatever, but I'm so glad it wasn't, because you get so much more of an emotional impact when you can fill in the thoughts in her head while just watching her.
Absolutely, I absolutely agree. That's This film is one of the biggest examples I would think of when I hear someone going like, "What's a film I could watch that trusts their audience? That does
Oh
not smell."
yeah.
This is definitely one of the biggest ones for me. It's one of the more. That's one thing that was another thing I want to point out was that this is one of the most subtlest films I've seen. With, like, for example, there's a shot here where an operation's happening, not like something is happening. I'm not gonna say what it is, but the camera moves around like this,
Hmm.
and Sidney Flanagan's character looks to where the camera is
Yeah.
because it's the only solace she has, and it's with us, the audience, the people who chose to watch this, the people who chose to see what is happening, what she's feeling, what she's thinking. It is genuinely, it's one of the most brilliant pieces of cinematography I've ever seen. And
It's and
just with
it's
this one shot, it's
yeah,
just that. It's
you know,
awesome.
not every movie has to be fucking Deacon's Fincher shit. Like, those are great. I'm not putting those down at all. But this, something about this is just so fantastic. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. The film is genuinely, it's a one of a kind that I cannot believe that we have. I am
Yeah,
so glad we have it. I'm so glad.
it's so fucking good, bro.
It's so great. It's so great. So after all this discussion, I know I already revealed my and I'm very sure you really revealed your rating.
Yeah.
But we're getting closer to the end of this episode, so we want to give you guys a rating and a wholehearted recommendation. So my rating is 5 out of 5, A plus, 10 out of 10, 7 out of 7, garden gnomes. However you rate it, I definitely think that this is a genuinely perfect movie. I think this film is genuinely awesome. It's a masterpiece, and I cannot wait to see what Eliza Hittman does next. What do you think, BC?
Fucking sucked. I fucking hated this movie. This is total bullshit. Uh, no, I'm joking. This movie's fucking great. I I hope I
knew
sold that well.
I was like, you sold it a little bit, and then I realized that you were joking. I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, I just talked about how much I loved it for an hour fucking straight, and then all of a sudden, 0 out of 10. No, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go 10 out of 10 crochet mallets. Is that no, not crochet, croquet. What's the
Okay.
fucking thing with the mallets and you hit
Yeah,
the
yeah.
balls through the? Is it croquet?
I think it's croquet might be the one with knitting. Cricket,
I thought
cricket,
that was
cricket,
crochet.
cricket, cricket. It's cricket
Cricket.
with the mallets, the cricket. That's right.
Okay. Yeah.
From Heather's. From think of it like Heather's.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The thing with the mallets and the ball going through the little ring. Yeah, 10.
I was gonna say I believe it's cricket.
All right, 10 out of 10 cricket mallets. I don't fucking know. I'm trying to think of random shit I can rate this with. Uh, 10 out of 10 Sidney Flanagans, and
Absolutely.
each Sidney Flanagan is a 10 out of 10 on its own.
No, it's 100. It's 100 for you.
It's 100% amazing. 100 on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's.
Absolutely. So actually, it's at 99. It's actually at 99.
It's at night. It bump it up. Whoever.
No, motherfucker.
Yo, you and we need to fucking get I don't know how to become a actual like critic on Rotten Tomatoes, but we need to do that and bump it up to 100.
Well, yeah. Remember Paddington 2? That one fucking fuck who someone found a negative review and really thought, I'm gonna put it here just to fuck with Paddington 2's perfect score.
I haven't seen either of the Paddingtons, to be completely honest with you. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've seen other great movies.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I didn't watch the movie with the British bear, okay?
But yeah, to sum up, Never Really, Sometimes Always is an amazing 2020 film.
Amazing.
That
The best one out of all of them.
Yes, absolutely. Best film I saw in 2020. Best thing I've seen in 2020, honestly. Like best piece of media I've consumed in 2020. Like that was released in 2020. I don't know.
It is better than watching an actual abortion. I will say that.
We had to talk about. Oh my gosh! One day
we have to talk about Freaky, the other best film of 2020. Viva la Freaky!
But to keep with the teen pregnancy thing, or just pregnancy overall, we have to talk about Unplanned. It is one of my least favorite films I've ever seen, and you had to watch it. You know Pure Flix?
Oh, it's a fucking one with the This Is Us girl. Metz? Chrissy Metz?
I don't know her name, but I know exactly what you're talking about. So yeah, we had to talk about it at some point. It doesn't have to.
I haven't fucking seen it.
It's not gonna be now, because now I really have to pee and I really want to end the episode. So we're gonna end it here with this. Never Really, Sometimes Always is a film released in 2020, and BC and I wholeheartedly recommend it to anyone who is curious, anyone who is going through teen pregnancy or has or knows someone with teen pregnancy, to sway anyone on the abortion side, on the abortion, anyone who's on the fence of abortion, or literally just to watch just because we're going crazy about it. Honestly, one of my favorite films. Like
it's in my top 100.
It's like on my Letterboxd.
It's probably like top 30. You know, it's really up there.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. On my Letterboxd, by the way, which is at ASDFBATMAN, the A in ASDF is capitalized, and B in Batman is capitalized as well. I have a list of favorites. If I was to rank them, this would probably be in the top. This would probably be in the top 15. Probably top 10. Honestly. I love this movie with all my being.
Yeah, my can I shout out my stuff real quick?
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Okay.
I was gonna make a little intro for that. It's just, hey guys, the BC not only is a friend of mine, he is also a content creator. BC, tell him what you got and tell them where they can find you.
You can check out my OnlyFans. No, I'm joking.
It's some hot shit. It's some hot shit.
Yeah, it is very hot. I'm joking. Letterboxd is _BC. Both the B and the C are both capitalized. And my YouTube channel is also the BC. And I'm pretty much the BC wherever I go.
Yep.
So
absolutely. I don't even know his real name. I legit don't even know his real name. I just know BC.
My name is Dick Smalley. That's my name.
Or yeah. So that's the end of that episode. Thank you all so much for listening to this.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Thank you, BC, for being my first guest episode and probably my next one. Thank you very much for being here. I
have nothing else to do. I'm here because he forced me at gunpoint. Please help me. I'm being kidnapped. I don't know this person. I don't know who the fuck this is. Please let me out.
Yes. So if you want to see him live to the next guest episode, please listen.
Please let me live. Please let me live.
Spread this podcast as far out as you can. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next one. I'm ASDFBATMAN. He's the BC. And
take a piss already.
You just finished ASDFBATMAN's working title podcast. Thank you. Good night. Good morning. Goodbye. Bruh, I'm gonna sing into that boy pussy so hard.
Thanks. Appreciate it, bro. I really needed a good singing in my asshole.